reigning candidates, Golden and Poliquin. Only after that will we know who wins the 2nd Congressional District. Now keep in mind that you don't have to make any other vote other than your first choice. So it's possible that people may have only voted for Tiffany Bond or Will Hoare, and that's it. Basically, if the total votes don't bring a candidate to the majority, 50% plus 1 vote, then the candidate with the most votes at the end of the day wins. So for example, if everyone who voted for Bond or Hoare did not make any other choices, either for Golden or Poliquin, then right now Bruce Poliquin would win based on those vote totals from the Secretary of State's office. Lee and Lindsay.
All right, Chris, we will patiently wait for those numbers to finally roll in. We patiently waited for sunshine earlier this week, and man, they delivered.
It was
yesterday,
so nice.
Today, it was like windows down,
I
but
know.
I think tomorrow it's like windows back up again. Is that right?
Tomorrow night. It slowed down a little bit, though, so we're going to get most of tomorrow during the day because the sun sets at 2:30 in the afternoon now, I think, this time of the year. So 49 in Wells right now, 47 in Saco, 50 in Brunswick. We actually did a little bit better today, temperature-wise, than the models had projected. We got to 54, 55 in spots under that sunshine. Right now, it's 46 in 45 in Rockland, I should say, 48 in Belfast, and 47 in Plymouth. All right, our next storm system is actually 2 areas right now. One is this area of showers over northern parts of Georgia. The other is moving in through Missouri. These 2 will meet up tonight into a larger storm system that moves towards us for tomorrow night. But as I mentioned to Lee, the timeline slowed down by about 8 hours or so. And that makes a big difference because it means that tomorrow during the day will be fine. Overnight tonight is partly cloudy to mostly clear. We start with sun tomorrow pretty much statewide. Then the clouds move in from southwest to northeast through the day. But notice 9 o'clock, most of us still sunny. We get to around noon and now we've got clouds over southern Maine and the mid coast. And it's not until around sunset that the entire state clouds up. And here comes our precipitation. It's cold rain along the coastline. It is snow, though, across the interior, I think even into Lewiston and Augusta. Initially, the rain-snow battle continues overnight Friday night into early Saturday morning and then eventually ends as all rain around 9 or 10 on Saturday morning. Lee, there will still be some snowfall accumulation to talk about. We got a nice little map. We drew it by hand. We'll show you to you in a few minutes.
All right, Keith, thanks. In waterfront communities all over the Gulf of Maine, a tug of war is happening between the need for big business and the need to preserve the rich fishing history that we have in a place like in Portland. On one hand, tourism means added revenue. On the other hand, fishermen feel like they're being pushed aside. The debate over waterfront development has been going on now for more than 30 years in Portland. Willis Spear has been a fisherman for more than 50 years. He appears in a video recently produced for the Save the Working Waterfront group. Its members say Portland is losing precious room to work on the wharves as plans for condos and hotels continue to roll out. They meet weekly at Becky's Diner.
Without these wharfs, this city would lose over $240 million a year. And that's new money. That's money that's produced from the ocean.
Now, Spear says he sat at this table with city officials to discuss concerns. When condos went up on what's now known as Chandler's Wharf, they lost their room to work, something they said they were promised wouldn't happen. But city officials say they hear the concerns of the fishermen and they're making efforts to find a balance.
If we're going to pay taxes and take care of this place, we need to generate revenue to take care of it.
And now Portland isn't alone. In Boothbay Harbor, a nonprofit formed in September to protect the working waterfront. And thanks to anonymous donations, the Boothbay Region Maritime Foundation is making efforts to purchase the Sea Pier, the largest lobster buying station on the east side of the harbor. Now tonight on News Center Maine at 6, I'll have much more on Maine's waterfront woes.
We're always asking you guys for your That's So Maine moments. Pretty good one that we found this week. Jason Coleman with a great post showing a moose jogging around campus.
Look at that.
At the University of Maine in Orono.
Does it get more Maine than that?
Just getting in the 5K.
Yeah.
Training for the Beach to Beacon probably or something. So we love that post and thank you for doing that.
All right, let's check out this one. If you have anything, actually that's our last one today.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess really, do we need any more?
Yeah, I mean, you can't top that. So.
Yeah, no, you can't. So if you do have anything fun or interesting that makes you think that is so Maine, please use the hashtag That's So Maine and we will find it.
All right, coming up, we will have another story in our Veterans series. This one about a vet who's on a mission to help some military families.
And what is this 5-year-old you're about to see doing delivering boxes that are bigger than her? We'll find out when we come back.
All right, kids, before we talk to you, we have to have a live exclusive interview with Liam. So, Liam, do you have a microphone or do you need mine?
I don't have a microphone.
Okay, so the viewers are wondering why our Facebook Live feed started about 5 minutes later than normal.
All right, so I'm not going to blame it on anyone. It's my, wow, this is really hard to talk. That's what that sounds like. Yeah, I can't blame it on anyone, although it was like a perfect storm. Basically, I'd just gotten off the phone with state police spokesperson trying to relay info to one of our producers, and then basically I had no way of figuring out what was in the show to write the intro, because Isaac, the producer, usually will tell me. He did not, which is fine.
So you're blaming Isaac.
And then Ron didn't write the assignments list today.
So we're blaming Ron.
And there's another
Was
one.
any part of this any part of this Keith's fault?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, there you go. I think there you have it. I mean, really, that's where that all comes down to. So we are late today because of, not because of Liam at all, but that was because of Ron and Isaac and Keith. That is what we just found out.
In this episode of The Blame Game,
I wanted to give Liam a chance to explain himself. Our viewers are wondering, so I wanted to, give him a chance to, speak for himself.
we're in the newsroom.
Okay. All right. Yeah, J-Bar, it is good to be back in our regular spot. That is 100% true.
Do you want to ad-lib
What's
this?
up, John? How are you? Teresa, Libby's story is coming up in just a few minutes. Let me see here. We are coming up to Libby after the next commercial break.
You okay if we ad-lib this?
Sure.
And do you want me to start it?
We've done 4 of these, and I have the same line all 4 days this week.
Oh, okay, good. I wondered because it said Sam.
And then Nesbitt goes, that's easy to remember.
Yeah.
got this. And now's the story.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mic drop. Do we know what today's is about?
Oh, boy. No.
Mm. Mm.
15.
Gosh, it's dark out.
I know, so early.
Stand by. Three, two, one.
Finding ways to support those who have served our country is a priority for so many people.
We've been taking a look at all week at some stories that really touch our heart threads as we get ready to celebrate Veterans Day this weekend. Stories about service members past and present. Take a look.
Sort of a way for me to make sense and peace of the world. The idea is that if you fought for the country or signed a blank check, you don't deserve to go hungry.
A lot of times our skills are not transferable from the military. It's kind of on our shoulders as veterans, as military families, to kind of look to our left and right and kind of pull together, what's happening.
I needed a purpose after service, and this is my purpose.
And coming up tomorrow here on Now to wrap up our week, we'll take a look at what some people in Maine are doing to help celebrate the upcoming weekend of Veterans Day.
All right, very good. How about this? Did you see this today? The National Toy Hall of Fame has announced its inductees for the class of 2018.
There's a Toy Hall of Fame?
There sure is. Okay, how about this? The Magic 8 Ball, Pinball, and the card game Uno are the trio that made the latest ranking. The 65 previous honorees in the hall, which is located at the Strong Museum in Rochester, New York.
Anybody can nominate a toy for the National Hall of Fame, but a museum advisory committee whittles down the list to 12. Then a panel of historian, educators, and others will make the final picks. Among the toys that didn't make the cut this year, Tickle Me Elmo. Okay, that's not, come on. American Girl dolls and the game Chutes and Ladders. How long has this Hall of Fame been around? How is Chutes and Ladders not in there?
I'm sure we could Google it and find out.
I mean, come on.
I know.
I want to dispute this already.
It's a classic though, Chutes
I'm very
and Ladders.
upset.
Yeah, since the 90s.
Tickle Me Elmo's not in there?
Wait, it just said
no,
that,
it didn't make the list.
It didn't make the list. Well,
very upset about this.
Maybe it'll make it next
year.
year.
Did you know it's Guinness World Records Day?
No.
It's true, it is. Check out these incredible record-breaking achievements. A Chinese teenager recording the fastest time to solve a Rubik's Cube upside down.
What with his feet?
And solve 3 Rubik's Cubes simultaneously with both hands and feet.
Stop it.
The team got it done in 1 minute, 36.39 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Okay, also in China, a group constructed the largest Lego brick ring on Sunday, I believe. That's this video we're looking at right now. Wow.
Yeah,
mesmerizing.
That's a lot going on.
Legoland, eat your heart out.
I want to go back to Chutes and Ladders, but we don't have time. Okay. Coming up, we're going to learn what the Ouchie box is and why it's actually a pretty good thing.
Oh, and Keith, there was a joke somewhere there, but I lost it. Keith, as your forecast next.
Oh boy.
Oh, he's not alone.
Whoa, wait a second. What?
I was thinking like boo-boos, you know, like when you get an ouchie, it's also called a boo-boo, and I was thinking like people who cry with boo-boos. Keith Carson.
Paul Uno should be in there. I want to talk about Tickle Me Elmo. How is that not in the Toy Hall of Fame? Tickle Me Elmo
can I tell you a story?
Like, that was the first year that people would like buy 5 of them and then they would sell them on the internet for like thousands of dollars because they were black marketing the Elmo dolls.
So when I was a nanny full-time, well, it was just in the summer I was full-time. When I was a nanny, Tickle Me Elmo terrified the toddler I was with, and we had to sideline Tickle Me Elmo.
I can't support that.
Yeah. He had to be sidelined. Not the toddler, Tickle Me Elmo. That was good. Good posing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I tried really hard to hold it together.
How much can you see? Because I want to hide all this stuff, obviously. If I move it over here, am I good?
We already talked about that.
Oh.
Sorry. Got it though?
Sure. The 2-second version is basically it's going to come down
to thank you.
Choice votes for anybody who voted for Tiffany Bond number 1. So if you voted for Tiffany Bond number 1, she's not going to get enough. Wilhor didn't. So they're going to take all of Wilhor's, the people who voted for Wilhor, whatever they voted for as their second choice, and they're going to redistribute that to all the candidates.
Sure.
Golden, some for Tiffany. Okay, great. Now we go to the next round. Look at Tiffany. Take all the second choice votes from Tiffany. Tiffany doesn't have enough. She's not going to make it. So, okay, well, redistribute those. Okay, some for Golden, some for Poliquin, some for... Oh, and that's it. Some for Golden, some for
I'm going back to that original story we did where it was you, me, and Lee against each other. Remember we did that? But I'm following because like that was like our first explainer when it was like such just this fresh concept that nobody could like get their arms around.
So, ready for the wrench to get thrown in this one?
Yeah.
When you vote, even in ranked choice voting, you don't have to rank multiple candidates. I could just vote for Lindsay and that's it. I don't have to vote for Lindsay 1, Lee number 2, whatever.
Right. You could probably just.
So there might be people who just voted for Wilhor or just Tiffany Bond, and then we still might not have somebody who has more than 50% of the vote. And in that case, it's just whoever has the total votes. Total most votes wins. We're running out of time. Goodbye.
Bye. That's interesting.
Age is a life-changing event and seemingly worse if it's a child. There's one Maine family that's on the other side of cancer treatments right now and making sure that it gives back as much as it got.
Ready?
5-year-old Libby Ruhlman has been spending time delivering some boxes.
I think we're going over to that wall over there.
But these aren't just any boxes, they're Ouchie boxes, and the plan is to have them filled up with toys and other gifts for little boys and girls getting treatment through the Maine Children's Cancer Program, like she had to do when she was just 2 years old.
That Ouchie toy box got us through a lot of chemo treatments at Maine Children's Cancer Program. It was something that we were able to get her excited about. After her treatment was done, she knew that she got to choose something, and she knew where the box was and ran right to it after every treatment.
Did you have like a favorite thing, Libby? Like, do you remember like a special toy that you pulled out of the Ouchie box that was your favorite one?
A mermaid.
A mermaid. That's my favorite too. People think I look like a mermaid. What do you think? No. What? Libby will be 2 years cancer-free in February, and last year, she and her family decided to collect for the Ouchie box. The response was overwhelming, and this time around, there's a drop-off box at Libby's former preschool, as well as 5 different drop-off spots at local businesses.
It's a beautiful thing to see how proactive she is and how much she wants to try to help other kids who are maybe in the same similar situation that she had been in before.
For the Ruhlmans, not giving back was never an option.
We receive so much support through the community that when we're done, it's nice to be able to give back support to others.
Now, the places that currently have Ouchie boxes for people to donate are the Birchwood Nursery School in Wyndham, Catalyst for Change Wear in Westbrook, 4Play Sports Bar and Amigos Restaurant and Bar in Portland, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield in South Portland, and Dark Harbor Tattoo in Portland.
And get this, Scott's Disposal in Wyndham will actually be going around and collecting toys from all of its trash customers as well to contribute to the cause.
I feel like they're going to get lots of toys this year.
How sweet is that?
Yeah, it's great. So, great little kid. Happily she's on the other side of it and willing to go back. I can't believe she didn't think I look like a mermaid.
Yeah,
Keith, what say you?
Merman.
Yeah. We'll have enough rain this weekend where I could try it out. I can bring out the tail.
Remember that movie?
I do.
From the 80s, right?
Splash.
Splash.
Yes.
That's what it was. And he was good for
We're
it.
going to make a
Lindsay,
splash.
remember that movie from the... No? All right.
Yeah. I was just joining the scene, guys.
That's
in the 80s.
Was teaching some kids at my old college that were born in 2000.
Wow.
Crazy. Just crazy. Made me feel so old. All right. 55 in Portland officially for a high, 53 in Wiscasset, 53 in Rockland. We did actually a little bit better today than the models predicted as far as temperatures go, by about 3 to 5 degrees. So we'll take that. Part of it was the sunshine. Have a couple of showers right now in the mountains, but most of us are dry, and that's how we'll stay overnight tonight. The timing of our storm system that we've been watching for Friday has slowed down about 8 hours or so, and that's going to give us a decent day during the daytime tomorrow before we end up with a messy Friday night and into Saturday morning, as we thought would be the case. So here's your storm system right now. Doesn't look like much of anything because you've got one area here coming out of Kansas and another area down here over Georgia. The two will link together into a stronger storm system later tonight and then move towards us. It's a pretty congealed, pretty well-formed system, and that's why we're looking at a decent amount of rain and a decent amount of snow in spots as well. So again, tonight, fine. It drops down pretty quickly into the 30s and then 20s in the mountains. Tomorrow is actually a decent day. Again, we start with sunshine statewide. Here come the clouds from southwest to northeast spreading over the state. By noon or 1 o'clock, they're probably up to around Rockland or Bar Harbor, and then eventually over the entire state. But keep in mind, the sun setting around 4:30, that means most of the day is relatively sunny and dry. And it's not until after the sunset that we start to see precipitation working in. Rain along the coastline, snow probably from Lewiston to Augusta. That's where the battleground will be through the first half of the night. Snowing heavily at times in Freiburg and certainly snowing in the mountains. Eventually we warm up by Saturday morning and the coastline continues to be rain. Pushes out as a little bit of rain shower activity even over northern Maine by Saturday midday, and then Saturday afternoon we start to clear out. Didn't have to really make any changes to the snowfall map. It's rain in the green area. It's about 1 inch washed away in the pink area, and then 1 to 3 as you head into the foothills, 3 to 6 northern parts of New Hampshire into the mountains, and then 6 to 8 in the higher terrain in the mountains. Another storm to watch next week. This one has trended a bit warmer as well, which will make Lee happy. We'll keep an eye on that. Looks like basically snow for the mountains in these next two. Veterans Day looks good. I promised I'd look this up. We've received about 6 inches of rain in most spots from October 20th to now. So we went from below average to quickly above, and we're adding 2 more big storms to that total.
This is right in my wheelhouse, though. If it snows in the mountains, I want the
You're good
mountains
with
to
that.
get snow.
Yes, I think a lot of
We are good with that.
Right.
And I just want it to rain
You
where
want
I
to be happy.
live. That's
I get
all.
that.
This is good. It's
Okay.
win-win.
Good.
It has to snow though on Christmas or before Christmas.
Okay.
I want
Anything
it to
else,
be
or
white.
is that it?
No, that's all. Okay. That's all I have for now. I'll let you know if that changes.
That's the holiday hop, the
Yeah,
holiday
same.
creep, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, we have a great conversation going on right now on our Facebook and YouTube live streams. It's about a story that I'm going to talk to you more about on News Center Maine at 6. We kind of gave you a preview a little earlier, the waterfront development woes. Hildy Carlson, she's joining the conversation. She says hotels enrich our state corporations. Piers are for working Mainers. They want the whole state to be developed. This isn't the big city. That's why there are tours. So please join the conversation.
And watch more on that story coming up tonight on News Center Maine at 6 o'clock. All right, get ready. What's snapping?
I love this.
It's so good.
I know.
Now, we usually love the pets here on Now, but we also love the kids.
And then we love the chutes and ladders.
We do love the kids. So here we got some snaps from going down the slide. That can be a scary thing for a little person.
Yes.
So that's some bravery right there
That
to
sure
go down
can
that
be.
thing.
Okay.
And please don't jump. Please
Why
don't
are we
jump.
doing scary
no,
things
don't
on
jump.
Snap Maps today?
Don't do it.
Don't
do it.
No.
Oh, well,
thinking about
it's
it
just like,
still?
oh yeah,
Oh,
there we go. All right, now the
Okay.
door was open. Okay,
Yep.
makes me nervous.
Oh,
Okay,
he's fine.
Okay,
He landed on
everybody's,
his feet.
everybody's good.
There we go.
Phew.
Gosh, I love
We got
seeing
through
what's
that.
happening. I know. Very
Dude,
good
so
stuff.
even when it makes me nervous.
All right, a lot more happening on News Center Maine at 5:30. That's coming up straight ahead. Cindy Williams is here with a preview. Hey, Cindy.
Hi, guys. All over the country, people have been protesting the firing of Attorney General Jeff Sessions, concerned that the president is trying to stop the Russia probe. There were some protests outside the White House last night. There are a couple going on in Maine right now. Cameron O'Brien is live there. And a referendum question in Skowhegan over whether to build a new public safety building was defeated at the polls this week. We'll see what town officials are trying to do to fix this problem. And they say it's really bad. Those stories ahead and more ahead at 5:30. Back to you.
All right, Cindy, thanks so much. Brain drops when we bounce back. Right.
Thank you, J-Bar. Much appreciated, sir. Yeah, John, the Ouchie box is awesome. Yes, Gail, she is a beautiful young lady. Really cool at 5 years old to have that presence to want to do something for others. I mean, you know, when you're 5, you're supposed to just be worried about what you get to play with that day. So to have her so focused on trying to help other kids,
That's so
it's
cute.
awesome. So,
I will say,
nice person. Nice people.
I was a children's hospital patient when I was little. I had seizures, and I was in for one Christmas time, and I got a little teddy bear. All the patients at children's hospitals across the nation get usually teddy bears around Christmas time, and I still have that bear. And then all these years later, when we were in Peoria in Illinois, I volunteered at Children's Hospital there, kind of like what Todd Guttner does here, and it was just really cool being able to hand out teddy bears to the patients, and it's like it came full circle, you know.
I noticed in one of our shots in the newsroom that you can see the penguin on my desk.
Yes,
So
tell
that-
everybody about that.
That is a penguin that I got from Jacob Thompson's family. So it sits on my desk.
Live like a
but
penguin.
I didn't realize that you can see it in some of our shots. So people must be like, why is there a penguin behind Chris
Well, that
Costa's head?
story
But
was a part of, it
Yeah,
was a huge part of this show,
that-
and Jacob's legacy is too,
it sits,
so.
it sits on my desk in
Yeah.
our pod so we can all remember.
It's a story that will always stay
to,
with you.
You know, to travel in circles of friends.
Yeah.
So that's why
He's
I
the
work for
cutest.
Lindsay.
I know. Our Pax.
She's my penguin.
I know. Guys, I haven't seen you in forever. Yesterday, I was in
2 days in a row
the
I was here
field.
without you.
I know. It's all right.
She just can't be around me that much. I get that a lot. It's fine. It's all good.
All right.
Oh, Keith's got some stats.
Ready?
Can't really
this
see
one's
him.
for Coco. Wanted this one done.
What's this? Air, door, box, floor, sink, dust. Is this a Dr. Seuss book?
Yes, it's about a study they did on those air hand dryers in the bathroom, but not the high tech ones, the ones where you put your hands in and out.
Yes.
Versus a paper towel.
Dust, sink, floor.
Oh, I
box,
love
door,
this.
air. I don't know what's under
We
there.
actually do not
One
know
fish,
what
two fish,
box
one fish,
is in
two
this
fish.
context. It does not say, and it's from the UK, and we couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, what's that mean?
I don't know.
No, can I tell you exactly what that means?
Stand by. Here we go.
I'll tell you.
Okay, so there's an article that was talking about the cleanliness of paper towels in the restroom versus the high-tech hand dryers, the ones you put your hands in vertically, not the old school ones. And they found bacteria throughout bathrooms, obviously, but they compared the results using a couple controls to make sure it was just the difference in cleaning your hands. And what they found was that the bacteria levels were pretty similar for most of them, but the floor and the walls were covered with much more bacteria with an air dryer as opposed to paper towels. And it makes sense because it's like a projectile. The issue here is that people don't properly wash their hands. So if they properly wash their hands, there should be nothing on them to diffuse into the environment. But as it stands, an air dryer may not be a very sanitary way to go. Paper towels, of course, have a big eco footprint, though.
So only the floor, though, gets messed up if you use the hair dryer?
More so.
Okay.
But it overperforms.
Because, I mean, I'm not spending a lot of time hanging out on the bathroom floor.
But I think the thought was it was better overall, and it looks like it might not be.
Okay.
Keep an eye on it.
All right.
I like using them.
Right. They said it made at 5:30. Starts right now.
Hey, Jeff. I have a...
I thought he meant, like, have you ever seen in restaurants the floor door opener?
Yes.
I thought that's what that was, but then I was like, no, we're talking about something else.
It
yeah.
could be. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say anywhere in there.
Right.